Alright, seed is in the chat. Got it ready from Cole and got it ready from Tetristime. Let's do it properly this time. Both plays are ready. So let's count it down for the first game. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Cole started on 17. This is the most jank stream ever. But we are up and running, both players underway here in game number 1. Cole with a bit of an awkward bar to start. Bit of a king bar, if you like. And we'll have to take a few burns, though TT having not the cleanest of boards either. However, he will be the first to score a Tetris. Alright, Tetris for TT, going up to 445,000. I have not looked at numbers in a long time. Jeez. Why did King let me back on the super streamers? I'm a bit of a shocker. Alright, TT getting up a bit high here, gets a nice bar for the Tetris though to bring things down. Needs some support to the left-hand side, so long bar will do nicely there. However, it does allow Cole to take a very minuscule lead. TT will score another Tetris to take it back. Oh, I never sent out the super shopping. Let me go do that. Cole now passing 100,000 with that Tetris, trailing TT by just one Tetris at the moment. Both players scoring freely here now. A few early burns to start, but looking good now. A few lines into the 18 speeds. Alright, TT passing 200,000 there with that Tetris before the... Oh geez, my mic peaked. Whoa. That was weird. Alright, TT passing 200,000 before the 40 line mark as well, so very strong efficiency to start off here in the first match. Cole also passing 200,000 here at the 40 line mark. So nice start from both players. And definitely what the two will be looking for as they try to pick up another win here in Div 1. Lovely tuck there for TT. Gonna get himself Tetris ready. The bar will show, and Tetris down. Well, in the meantime, Cole having to take some burns. So it will allow TT to expand out to about a 2 Tetris lead. And a couple more awkward pieces for Cole. Not gonna do him any favors, so TT will be able to expand that even further with the next Tetris, going up to 61,000. Alright, Cole set up for the Tetris here. A bit of an awkward left side, but fills it in nicely with a few pieces. In the meantime, Tetristime getting up a bit high here. Needs some good pieces to burn and does create a couple holes in his stack. It's a bit of work to be done, which will allow Cole a brief opportunity back into this game, trailing by 60,000 still. So would love to chip into that lead. Though getting droughted is Cole at the moment, so not really able to capitalize too much on Tetristime's dig. Bit of Tetris there to go up to 342, but TT is going to reopen the well and he's going to score a Tetris to go up to 406. So still a 2 Tetris lead for Tetristime. However, is ahead by a few lines, so pace lead not as strong, just under a Tetris. And TT now running into a bit more complications. So Cole will actually be able to take the lead here with that Tetris going up to 411. Jeez, my mic is peaking. Whoa. Alright, Tetristime set up for a very dirty Tetris here. We'll take a nice skim and get the bar for the Tetris. Gonna bring things down. While in the meantime, Cole navigating some burns of his own. Alright, Cole getting cleaned up, but TT getting back into this dig once again. It's been an uncomfortable period of lines here for TT. Though gets a couple nice bars, and that's a Tetris there for Tetristime. Bringing things down up to 474. Cole back by less than a Tetris. He's at 465 and has lines in hand. Alright, Tetristime going to transition here at 524. Cole's still 10 lines behind, so won't be transitioning just too soon. And Tetristime having to navigate a bit of an early dig here in the 19 speeds. Not quite the most comfortable board, and with that Tetris, Cole actually won't take the lead, but I mean, is still now 2 levels back behind Tetristime. Cole will finally transition there at 562, so ahead of Tetristime by about 2 Tetrises at the 19 transition. But now Tetristime getting up very high here, needs a good piece to bring things down, doesn't get the long bar as he needs it, so has to hold out a little bit longer. Gets a T to the left hand side, no longer Tetris ready, but will set up once again. Waiting on this long bar, 20-piece drought now for Tetristime. Can he find a way down here? Gets the bar for the Tetris. Another one for the triple. He is going to survive, bring things down at 592. But Cole at 596, ahead still slightly. Alright, Cole navigating a bit of an awkward left well set up here. Gets rid of that long bar dependency with a couple nice burns. Now set up for the left well Tetris. In the meantime, Tetristime set up on level 23. Gonna get a Tetris to go up to 664 into level 24. So ahead of Cole rather, by just about 1 Tetris. But Cole still 2 levels behind Tetristime in lines. So a massive pace advantage here for Cole as we approach the middle part of the 19 speeds. Alright, Tetristime into level 26 here at 791. Approaching that 29 speeds, where this game will definitely be decided here, as both players have played some lovely games so far. Has a bit of a long bar dependency, but gets it quickly to fill in the gap. No problems there for TT. And set up once again here on 26. Has built up a smallish lead here in terms of the pace, while Cole has to have taken a few burns. Currently sitting at 781 to Tetristime, who's at 867. So now 870 for Tetristime. Make that a Tetris going up to 905. 815 for Cole. But Cole is back by a level and a half. So the lead may be 2.5 Tetrises, but much closer in terms of the actual raw pace. Tetristime going to burn into the 29 speeds, you'd imagine here. Yep, at 977. He's often running on the 29 speeds. In the meantime, Cole back on level 27 at 882, trailing by 100,000, but still has plenty of time. And Tetristime's board is breaking down. Needs a piece of the left-hand side to burn. The L won't clear things cleanly. And he's going to top out at 987. So a chase down for Cole. Just needs to get to 988. A Tetris will do it here. And that Tetris will be enough. Cole will take game number 1 of the first match between Cole and Tetristime. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Alright, so missed a little bit of stuff in the chat throughout that last game. Hello to Galaxy, Chen, King, all coming to watch. As we are underway here for game number 2. Tetristime, that is some board. Is technically a VIT setup, but I don't think Tetristime recognized it. Though got all the bars, and Tetristime, after skipping the VITs probably, 5 times, will end up still getting it. So the game really wanting him to get that Vitz. However, had to take a fair few burns and has allowed Cole to take a very early 2.5 Tetris lead. Alright, simul Tetris for the two players. 91,000 here for Cole, 61,000 for Tetristime. And getting squares as he really doesn't want them. This sequence really punishing Tetristime here. Getting up very high. Cole was able to deal with it quite nicely with a good board. But Tetristime up in this zig. Needing some better pieces to bring things down. In the meantime, Cole set up for the Tetris. We'll get it there with that long bar. While TT sets up for the dirty column 9 row, who knows how many high, maybe 9 or 10 high? But TT, he never lets up on the aggression. We'll score a Tetris, and he's going to set up another one here in column 2. Needs the piece to burn, because this bar is not showing up. And gets a bar for the column 2 Tetris. A bit of lag there on NTC side. Or might have actually been the OBS, rather. But either way, Tetristime is alive. He's bringing the board back down. And geez, he's really been playing with the game here. On the other side, Cole just been clean. 214 through 47 lines. Has about a 3.5 Tetris lead. A very strong start here for Cole as Tetristime with a bit of a square misdrop. Have to take a few more burns. Hello, Winter. Welcome to the chat. Glad you could make it for this banger matchup between the two players. As Cole, lovely double tuck there of the S to sort that board out. Well, we're approaching the latter parts of the season, and every match counts. Cole hasn't quite had the season he was looking for. 0-4 at the moment. Just looking to avoid relegation at the moment. Playoffs probably a bit too far out of sight, but definitely can put on a great show. Has, I think, 3 matches still left to give everything he's got. On the other side, Tetristime, he's 1-4. Picked up the 1 win over Kitten, but hasn't found too much success elsewhere. So this match, very important between the two players, because it could actually determine who might be in that relegation playoff. And it does need to be noted, Cole hasn't played Kitten yet, so an opportunity possibly for Cole to pick up that win there. If Tetristime was able to take him down, well, it might very be doable for Cole as well. Speaking of doable, this board needs a bit of help here for Cole. Same for Tetristime, but a bit more urgently for Cole. Gets a nice long bar to bring things down just a little, but the pieces aren't being too friendly here. Nice placement with the L to actually accommodate for that bar, and Cole's done really well here to reopen this well, but not quite getting a piece to bring things down. Drought forming, but Cole wasn't open regardless, and as he opens it, the bar shows up. Lovely dig here for Cole. In the meantime, now it is Tetristime's opportunity to try and dig out himself. Cole is clean. He's got a 5 Tetris lead, and Tetristime is up so high here. Needs some help from the game. The bar didn't show. Now in a very tough dig. Getting pieces left and right as required, but might need a little bit more than that if he wants to stay alive in the match. Cole now extending that lead up to 6 Tetrises. 150,000 is the lead for Cole. And transition is approaching for the two players. Tetristime really needs some help, and what a bar that is. A bar at the perfect time to bring things down. He's going to dig things down at a transition of 320. Definitely not the transition he would have been looking for, but it is the transition nonetheless. He'll stay alive. Keep this match going as Cole approaching that transition. Lovely burn with the S piece. And he's going to transition at 516. So about a 180,000 point lead here for Cole at the transition. And that is also the raw lead because Tetristime having to take some more burns here in the early stages of the 19 speeds. And this lead is some lead for Cole. You don't see this large of a lead too often, especially in Div 1. And you'd imagine, unless Tetristime can really pull something out on the kill screen, would probably be needing Cole to top out, honestly, sometime soon. Cole's got a 200,000 point lead here, 620 to 420 at the moment. And Cole's back by a few lines as well. It's everything in Cole's favor here in game number 2, though does have a slight misstep and will need to take some burns. Alright, Tetristime gets a nice T for the center, fills in the board, not the cleanest, but well enough, and he'll score a Tetris there, going past 500,000 now. In the meantime, Cole just not getting much help from the game at the moment. Gotta bring things down with a bar, but Tetristime making massive opportunity of this dig to get himself back into the game. And again, Cole just not getting much help. Really would like some better pieces. And what was once over 200,000 lead is now just under 100,000. Lovely Tetris there for Tetristime on level 25. Going up to 606, Tetris for Cole into level 24 at 715. So the lead has definitely shrunk, but it is still a massive lead for Cole in terms of pace-wise. Probably about 150,000 considering the lines. And TT hangs a J to the left-hand side, so needs to get a bar over. Needs that bar soon. Gets a J for a triple, but not out of the woods just yet. Flat burn with a J, followed by a nice bar. He's going to stay alive here on 27. Tetris down, go to 694. So 694 for Tetristime in the middle of level 27, while Cole's just entered 26 at 763 rather. So despite that massive dig he had in the middle of the post, he's done really well to hold on to this lead in the end. Tetristime so close to the kill screen here. 766, 2 more Tetrises available, but will only get 1 now with that burn. Tetris into 29 here at 803 for TT. It's all on his kill screen play here because Cole's lead still growing and he's got plenty of time before he reaches that kill screen also. Tetris for TT on level 29, 844, but still trailing by quite a lot. In the meantime, Cole running into a few problems of his own. Needs to get cleaned up before the 29 speeds because Cole, or rather Tetristime, is digging things out. Gets a bar to the left-hand side, but needs another bar for the right. Gets a dirty Tetris up very, very high, passing 900,000 as TT, but hangs the L and can't get the square over to the left-hand side. He'll top out at 902, and Cole, who did well to dig out just before the 29 speeds, will be good for game number 2. Alright, we got it ready from both players. We're at match point here, but let's see what TT can do. Let's count it down for game number 3 in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. So will Cole be able to close things out here? Or will TT be able to bring things back? Reverse sweep would be needed for TT, which does mean, yeah, Cole has 3 chances to close out this set. Might seem like a lot, but if TT can pick up 1 or 2 games, comes down very close in the end. Both players will start off with a Tetris. No burns as of yet. And both will score another. Nice start for both players here. We saw a couple jank starts in the first few games. Or first couple games, rather. But now looking much cleaner, though Cole running into a few burns now. So far in this match, we've seen a pretty impressive 18 and 19 stuff from both players. I mean, TT really showed off with some impressive dirty Tetrises and some impressive downstacking as well. Now, interestingly, opts to take the Tetris. Not a wild decision, I guess, for TT, but I mean, The board was pretty low. Probably could have afforded to field the bar dependency first. And now running into a drought, so looking to might punish him. Jeez, I can't speak. And yeah, this drought expanding quite far, just under 30-piece drought, and while Cole was able to score a Tetris with it, Tetristime has to burn. Bars not showing up when the well is open for TT. That's a third bar now that TT was not able to use by just putting one piece early onto that well. And this bar will only burn a single here. TT really needs some help to bring things down. Couple delayed skims with the J. Not pretty, and TT just gonna plug that well with the J because he needs to access other parts first to stay alive here. So doing well to keep this board open, and actually we'll be able to bring things down with the bar. Now set up for a dirty Tetris. Is set up, but doesn't find the bar as he needs. Another drought for Tetristime. The bar shows, but he's not set up. And geez, I mean, TT, these moves very impressive, and finally we'll get the bar for the Tetris. He has been fighting a long time for that one, but finally the payoff is there. In the meantime, Cole, while he was able to build a lead, not a large one in the end, just 40,000, and geez, Cole's up so high here. Needs some pieces to burn, gets the L to the left-hand side just barely. In the middle of a drought, and gets the bar, finally bring things down at 264. Simul Tetris for the two players, 247 to 289. And both actually have a long bar dependency on their left-hand side. So both ended up using that bar to fill. Alright, Cole with a bit of a misdrop here. Interesting bar spin tuck. It actually does work very well in the end. And yeah, I mean, well played to Cole there. Clearly knew the pieces that were coming and made good use of them. Both players at the 100 line mark here. 346 for Cole, 318 for Tetristime. Just over a Tetris lead here for Cole. So not quite the 7.5 Tetris lead we saw at one point in game number 2, but still a lead. And I mean, it's been very impressive how Cole has managed to stay in the lead against Tetristime throughout this match. Sure, TT has had a number of difficult digs, but apart from those has been very efficient, so Cole has been doing very well to make use of every opportunity he's been given. Does get the Vits and the Tetris. And, whoa, these placements for Cole, he's really thinking about this board here. That's a really good sign you want to see when Cole, he's thinking about every placement, really trying to make sure he has an accommodating board. What's not accommodating though is TT's right side. He's not found the L piece yet. Does reopen the well, but has created quite a number of holes in his stack right before transition 2. Not quite where TT wants to be, but neither for Cole, as Cole is getting up a bit high here. Okay, gets a couple nice burns. TT into the 19 speeds here at 466. Both players were at the same score for just a little bit there, but Cole will Tetris into 19 instead. 491 the transition, so Cole just about a 1 Tetris lead over TT into 19, and another early tuck for Cole. Well, he's been making a very good placements, but a couple of misdrops have really hurt Cole a little bit here, because he probably would have been able to build up quite a lead if not for them. Tetristime though is not able to capitalize on the current opportunity. Board not very comfortable. Has to take a triple with the long bar. So while TT has taken his time to clean up, so has Cole. TT Tetris into 22 here at 539. Less than a Tetris the difference between the two players, and a Tetris for Cole will take back the lead. Simul Tetris for the two players here on level 22. Another for TT will take back the lead. So both players neck and neck here in the early stages of the post-19 speeds. You knew I was Australian, but never knew I was this Australian? Oh, you never really clocked that I was Australian. It's really funny. The Australian accent. It does stuff to you. Oh, Tetristime with a double flip on the left-hand side. Needs some pieces to bring things down. Gets an S piece to burn, followed by a bar. But will miss the tuck on the Z piece. Oh, I said Z, and that was weird. Z just sounds right for some reason. And now Cole up a little bit high as well. Gets a bar to bring things down, but same couldn't be said for Tetristime. Needs to find some good pieces to burn. That's a lovely L. And a lovely few skims there from Tetristime. Making quick work of this down stack. But in the meantime, Cole now built up a lead, but now he has a couple misdrops and Tetristime is clean. Cole now digging here on 25 into 26, barely 10,000 points ahead of Tetristime. And as both players looking to reopen their wells, we are approaching the 29 speeds. Alright, Tetris for Tetristime. Jeez, Tetristime's name really messing me up with some of my lines today. And he's clean onto 28 here and expanding now to a 2.5 Tetris lead. Cole finally though will clean up and will respond. 45,000 points the difference between the two players as TT enters 29 here at 868. Yes, I read that number right. 868, the transition for TT, and he's off and running on the 29 speeds, finding the burns while Cole looking for one last Tetris. He's going to get it here at 827, both players onto the 29 speeds. And for the first time in this match, TT does have a lead on the 29 speeds. So Cole has to do a lot of chasing here because this lead now expanding for TT. 90,000 the difference. Cole though, set up for the Tetris, gets the Tetris, bring things down, 880 for Cole rather. And another Tetris go to 919, 941 for TT. So less than a Tetris the difference between the two players as Cole scores another, taking back the lead. TT having to clean up here. Both players so close on the 29 speeds. It's anyone's game at the moment. As another Tetris for Cole, there's the max out on level 32. But Tetristime will score another Tetris of his own. He's got the max out here on 33. Both players going hard here. Looking to set up for the Tetris, but making sure they're giving themselves good opportunities to bring things down. Now Cole has a bit of a misdrop, so we'll have to take some burns, and this will be an opportunity for TT to set up. And there we go, Tetris for TT, back into the lead very briefly. Not even half a Tetris the difference between the two players. Into level 35 now as Cole scores another Tetris. Approaching 1.1 territory. Sets up aggressively as Cole, but hangs the bar. He's going to top out at A96, and Tetristime just needs half a Tetris. And with that, bar will get the score and will chase down Cole's lead, taking us to game number 4. Well, I don't have a whole lot of voice today, and it is definitely not coming back because TT and Cole, what an absolute kill screen run for the ages. Both were going back and forth between the two, but we're headed off to a game number 4. Both players are ready, so let's count it down for the 4th game of the match in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Well, what a game that was between the two players. And I mean, geez. It's been some good Tetris so far today. Cole was pretty, for the first two games, had a fairly comfortable lead into the 29 speeds, and which ended up being enough to outdo TT. But when he was pushed to the limits, I mean, Cole, he was there. Wasn't quite able to get it done in the end, but I mean, lovely stuff from the two players, as both players' boards not the greatest to start here in game number 3. Double tuck of the T, will be done there from Cole. Gonna stay perfect through 3 Tetrises so far. Now make that 4. Alright, so both players, I don't know if it's been the cleanest of starts, but it's definitely been efficient. So as the two players often running early on here in game number 4, I mean, pretty clean stuff so far. But geez, nah, that last game was banging. Still not over it just yet. I mean, the rise of Tetristime with the rolling, so impressive in recent times. I mean, Cole, he's always been able to do this. Cole went from T and P all the way up to here. Dude, I started in Div 4 and right now I'm in Div 2. Cole is just it's like he's taking the lead over me and then he's lapped me almost. The two players very impressive at their skill level. So both players now at the 50 line mark here, and very close between the two. Just a couple of burns the difference. I think that's about a double. And Cole, alright, running into a bit of an awkward piece. But we'll just have to take some burns in the end to clean things up. Could have held out for a couple pieces, but instead played it safe. Realized there's no real need to go after the super clean bail out, and yeah. I mean, it might have cost him a few burns. TT now in the lead by about a Tetris and a half. But Cole, he's got a clean board, and what could have been if he ended up trying to hold out for that L piece. Alright, Cole, gonna reopen that well finally in the center with that Tetris. Up to 321. TT, he's at 361, so just shy of a 2 Tetris lead, though. I mean, really, every lead throughout this match so far, that small of a lead has not mattered that much because the two players, any opportunity they've been given, have taken massive advantage over the other. And I mean, lovely tucks here from Cole. Look at this board. Needs a J actually, but oh, gets a bit high and is forced to take a triple. Though still very clean, as is Tetristime. I mean, it's kind of what you expect from a Div 1 player, but still very impressive stuff to see in matches. And Cole, if he can navigate this, geez, that is a lovely sequence of tucks and spins. Showing off all the tricks here. And a couple of awkward placements for both players. Oh geez, that NTC lag was wild. It's also wild as, geez, both of them got out very cleanly. And now past the 100 line mark here. Barely strong paces here, 72% Tetris rate here for Cole, 75% for TT. And at the same line count, not even a Tetris separates the two. Looking like we're going to see another long game coming up here. And in the end, I mean, all Cole has to do is just get past Tetristime in one of these games. Even if it's less than a single, That's all Cole needs to do to take out, or to rather close out the match here. Interesting Vits from Cole. Opted to take the Vits instead of the Tetris. And as the 19 speeds are approaching, that is a bit of an interesting call. But not looking like it will punish him in the end. 599 the transition there for Tetristime. 608 for Cole. It's about a half Tetris lead over TT into the 19 speeds. But as the speed increases, so does the dynamic of the game. Stacking becomes a whole lot harder, so let's see what these two players can do. It's been a clean start so far. And I mean, it's really just waiting for the first player to make a mistake here. Because these two have been inseparable for the last few lines. Running into a drought though, so this could spell some kind of dig for one of the two players. Though both are doing extremely well to stay clean, and look at that. Both will score with the Tetris, will score with the bar there for the Tetris. Finally, at the same line count, Cole's taken a very small lead, but just a few burns, and that invites Tetristime right back into the pace matchup. Though he is running into a bit of trouble here, so Cole, oh, what an adjustment! That is one of the best ones I've ever seen. Hands down, that is one of the best adjustments I've ever seen. That is Div 1 quality right there. And what's also quality is this lead that's built up now, 100,000 over Tetristime. Is Cole in the lead? Lovely tuck of the T. Now looking for a bar, and there it is. Tetris for Cole into 25, 9:24. It's the best pace we've seen the entire match so far. And I mean, Tetristime, not too far behind. It's a few Tetrises, but as the points for each Tetris increases in these later levels, a lot of opportunities for Tetristime to try and be efficient, try and get himself back into this game here, as he is trailing by just under 4 Tetrises now. Right, Cole with a Tetris. He's got the max out, in fact. A55 Cole's at. 9:24 for TT. And a bit of a... not sure if that was a misdrop there for Cole, but it is starting to cause a couple problems. Geez, Cole getting only S's and Z's. Same for Tetristime, but he's probably dealt with it a little bit nicer. Though both players having to take some burns here on 28. Cole is set up. He's set up for the row 3 Tetris. And here's a drought, but he'll get the bar. Bring things down at B64. Tetristime finally has got the max out. He's at A38. And Cole getting droughted into 29, but will hang the bar. Gets the next bar over. He's at now C12. Cole at plus 1.2. He's got a massive lead into kill screen, but Tetristime, he's got a much cleaner board. Cole just having to take the burns to bring things down. But a couple of misdrops makes things difficult. Cole, he's not going to be able to reopen things up. He's going to top out at C33. So a massive chase down here for TT. He needs to get to C34. That's 1.234. Now he's just cleaning at the moment. Not a board to score. But now much cleaner. We'll take a triple just to get things a bit more stable here. Tetristime doesn't want to have to take the Tetrises in a bit of a awkward board. Really wants to make sure every Tetris is clean, though this board not quite as clean. Does really well to get the burns. Tetris for Tetristime, just over 2 Tetrises away. Needs to get to C33. Taking some good skims here on 34. Really looking for the right time to get Tetris ready. And it hasn't quite been just yet. 66,000 the difference, so less than 2 Tetrises now. Now 1.5. Tetristime might honestly look to line out here, though he wants to get things done soon. Looks to set up the Tetris, but gets a triple. Though Tetristime getting up a little bit high, but will get the Tetris, take the lead. We're headed to a game 5. A deciding game is on its way. Tetristime takes game number 4. Well, Tetristime, he had that chase down and he picked his moments to score almost perfectly, I could say. Because, oh, whoa, gets that last Tetris. And into 39, a D60. But I mean, yeah, Tetristime, he had a lot of opportunities, but he really took his time to make sure he got Tetris ready only at the right moments. One game left of the match, but only one winner will come out of it. Let's count it down for game number 5. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Well, we're going the whole journey here in this match. Looked to be a quick one for Cole, but Tetristime has done very well to keep things alive. Despite that though, Tetristime hasn't closed things out yet. It is still 2-2. And while he's put up a couple of really strong games, he's still going to need another to close things out. Cole perfect through 2 Tetrises. TT perfect through 3. It'll be Cole who takes the first burns here. Jeez! What a J burn! That is unbelievable! Really, really impressive placement there. And both players nice and clean, scoring well. Alright, both players nice and clean, scoring Tetrises once more. Really no early complications, and the only burns we've really seen have been pretty good burns, just ensuring good board health rather than any kind of digs. Though as I say that, TT, bit of trouble. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. Though not quite getting the pieces he wants here. TT getting up a little bit high. Finding a couple of good burns. And I mean, it's not really worrying for TT, but one misdrop could spell disaster. Though finally gets a lovely bar, and that's actually a dirty Tetris for Tetristime. He's going to bring things down, or he thought about setting up there. We saw some massive aggression up high in these 18 digs in game 2. But right now, survival is all that matters, because there's a lot more game to come here. And while Cole also has been in a dig with Tetris at the same time as Tetristime, not really losing too much of his lead. And geez, Tetristime, he's doing everything he can to get clean, but really not finding the pieces that he wants. Finally, we'll open things up. That T revealing the well once more, and will bring things down. Gee, Cole looks so focused right now. That's the look of a person who would, what's the analogy? What are we gonna go with here? Look of a person who you think you could beat in a Tetris match, and then get swept by because They are really starting to heat up here. Lovely Tetris there for Cole. I don't know what I'm saying, to be honest. Tetris there for Cole. 385. Tetristime having to take some burns here at 330. So a bit of a lead now building up for Cole. And surely this doesn't work out for Cole. Surely not. Alright, has to take a couple burns. Not okay, not the I'm lost for words right now. We're only in the first match in on the night too. Not quite the solve Cole was looking for, but still pretty efficient in the end and maintaining now an 80,000 point lead as Tetristime having to take some burns. And alright, TT getting up high here, running into a drought. He is ahead in the piece sequence, but has done very well with that bar to keep things open. My monitor is dying on me right now. The laptop cannot handle all of the action. And speaking of action, the 19 speeds are on their way soon. Less than 10 lines away for both players. And, well, Tetristime doesn't quite have the board he's looking for. Gonna get a couple good pieces. Though, we'll have to... Oh, actually, might not have to burn into transition. He's gonna get cleaned up. Waiting on the long bar. Oh, but the long bar's not showing. This is the problem for TT. Gets the bar. You want to say just in time because any higher and that could have been trouble. Both players have transitioned 500 for TT, 558 for Cole. So maintaining about a 2.5 Tetris lead. And is much cleaner now than Tetristime, who is having to take some burns. So we'll be able to extend that lead a bit further here in the early stages of the post-19. Alright, TT, bit of a misshift on the piece and had a chance to resolve it cleanly, but probably wasn't quite able to react in time, and more burns having to come as a result of that. And now into a drought here. TT's up high. Would love a bar soon. So would Cole. Oh, but TT, he's gonna get the well open. Scores a Tetris to bring things down. In the meantime, Cole, he won't be able to. We'll just have to settle for a burn with the bar, but we'll score with the next. Both players surviving that massive drought, but more now for TT to survive because he's up so high. Pulls back on the piece to keep himself going. And now Cole's up high as well. Both players flirting with fire here. And Cole needs some help. He needs an L. He needs it now. Gets the L just barely in time. And he's giving himself a chance here. Nice flat burns. Would love a piece for the left-hand side, but it's not showing up. Cole with the square double. Bringing things down. Cole's going to reopen the well, and there's a nicely timed bar. Well, Cole, he was on the brink of death, but nothing is able to take down this insane roller. And through all that as well, he's maintained the lead. 90,000 points still ahead of Tetristime. 881 for Cole, 793 for Tetristime. The 29 speed's approaching soon, and TT needs to clean up here. Whoever's really having a good board into 29 could be a massive factor here, and Cole, that board not loving those pieces at all. Understanding the situation too, he's just going to take the burns. He really does not want to have to take things on as Tetristime got up a bit high, but got a bar for the Tetris into 29 here. 880 for Tetristime in 29, 940 for Cole. 60,000 points of difference, but with the kill screen play we've seen from the two players, anything is possible. So both players having to do some cleanup here, but it will be Cole first to get cleaned up. Looking to set up, but only good for a triple. In the meantime, Tetristime Tetris. Oh, that was a handful of words. 948 now for TT, 972 for Cole. Less than a Tetris, the difference, but now Cole's going to score a Tetris. Make that another. Cole finding lots of points here early on, but running into more trouble. Won't go for the Z spin rather, and this could be costly because Cole's up so high. Needs pieces to the left-hand side, is getting them over. Tetris for TT, but all eyes on Cole right now because he is surviving. How much more has he got left in the tank though? That S is going to hang. And TC is frozen. In the meantime, TT's going to score a Tetris to take the lead. Cole tops out, and that'll do it. The reverse sweep has been on for the last 3 games for TT, and he's closed it out in magnificent fashion. Well, it felt like Cole was doing everything he could. But, I mean, Tetristime was just on a different level these last 3 games. Has Tetristime made it to 39 3 games in a row? I think he might have. This is unprecedented levels of kill screen from TT at the moment. He won't get to 39 now. But I mean, you might as well call it 39 because he's taken it the whole way through. C71 the final score, and Tetristime will be our winner. The 5th heart for him. Let's head over to the winner's scene. Well, TT, he's put up a very impressive... Oh, where's the winner? He's put up a very impressive set, and I mean, Cole, he tried his best, but TT is soaring up the rankings right now. You got to imagine Ryan, that's at least +4 because, geez, Tetristime has played well. And I mean, hats off to Cole as well. He kept it very, very close.
Almost. Nice adjustment from Alex. Tetris for Sodin, starting at 866. Tetris for Alex, 693. Tetris for Alex, Tetris for Sodin, starting at 895. Alex at 722. Sodin is about to get into max up base.